Oh, is this not playing? Hold on. Okay, it's playing this music. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. It's all good. Let me move this over here. I know I keep doing this. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. Alright, here we are. Just got brown paint over myself. Alright, so I'm getting out a copper, a silver, and a brown. And that's how we're going to be getting started today. Oh, is that a support right there? Or is it a hair? I don't know. Okay, I think it's a hair. It's not breaking, so. Alright. Brown, we're slamming on the back. Few support marks on the back, but what are you gonna do? I am painting one that is bigger. I think this is a 125. Now the cape is separate from the hood, by the way. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with the copper. We start doing the little accents here. Figured we do this one different than we did the other elf that is similar a few months back. Damn, all of a sudden I can't breathe. I did some priming earlier today, but that was a while ago. I think it's just allergies. I'm not worried about the trim. The trim and everything is going to be silver. I'm really just focusing on like the cool little, you know, whatever we got going on there. Little inlay, I guess. I don't know. Whatever the design is. Okay, onto the shield itself here. Okay. Now I'm going with the Hone Steel. We're going to be doing washes and all that good stuff, so no big worries. Let me rotate this again in case it's an issue. There we go. Let me make sure this is working. Yep. Clean that up whenever we can. Okay, and then all in here. Just trying to get even surface tension here. That way, don't have to do too much cleanup work after we wash, but might have to. We'll just have to see. That'll work. Now these are little potion bottles, but we're going to go ahead and do them silver. Okay. Edge on the little breech here. This little guy. And I'm going to look for all the belt buckles and stuff at the same time. I feel like I always miss them when I like do it section by section, so now we just have this buckle step. Now I'm thinking with this treatment we're going to do like red for whatever reason. I think it should look cool, like with all of our washing and stuff. So we'll do all of our base coating first and then we'll bounce in there. So I'm not super concerned with like direct coverage either. I know that we're going to go so intense with the coloration, right, that it won't make a huge difference. But I'm going to have to do 2 coats on the sword. Easily. Whenever you have to do that, I always make sure I do my brush strokes from the same angle, and then you go back from the opposite angle, and you usually get really good coverage. Especially when you're painting any flat surfaces like this. I mean, this blade obviously is pretty big. So that's what you gotta deal with. Alright. Oh, I gotta do the top. I don't know if Streamlabs went live to everybody, because We normally have more viewers in here. Okay. Alright, so base coat of those. So then now I'm going to go for a green. Because we did like a dark elf the first time around, so we're going to do like a traditional elfie. So, mid-range green here. I'm going to cheat with the Zenithal a little bit, but not much, I mean. Alright, starting in the back. Into here. I think there's a... Oh, no, there's not. Okay. I was thinking there was like a strap by the little emblem there, and there's not, which is fine. I think that isn't a strap, so... Okay, right here. That will leave... I will do a separate color there. Okay. Okay, and then we have the sleeves underneath. Hey everybody. Yeah, I think my Streamlabs isn't updating. With all the like chat info and everything. 1 second. Oh my gosh, I have so much stuff behind me. I finally got my new table and storage set up. I know I've been talking about it for weeks, but there it is. And also we have more storage. I need to do the cable management, but those are all cool. They're meant to hold shoes, but each one has like a door on the front that you can like lift up. So they're pretty cool. All right, let me go over here. I'm rolling over a dog bed. I need to, let me see. Huh, okay. All right, so over here. So why don't we do something like spattered crimson? Similar to what we're going to be using anyway, but not too concerned. And then I will go ahead and get out like a bronze shadow color, some kind of mid-range tan. Okay. Oh, look, I already forgot the buckle stage. The one thing we don't want is like a Christmas color to elf, right? So even though we're rocking with green, you guys already know the deal. I mean, we're going to tint everything down so much that it'll be green, but not in your face. Okay. And then I'm going to mix this tan with the brown that I used before, 50-50. There we go. Ooh, I missed, that's fine. A little bit more green underneath there, but who really knows, right? What color should we do for the, mask? Maybe black. It's probably easy. We'll just leave it. Same thing on the little wrap here on the handle. Okay. Belts, let's go ahead and do that. Or, well, buckles, right? I guess that was it. I think these are buckles or something. I don't know what they are, but they exist, so. But that's still wet. So, okay, so that is pretty much it for the first go-around before we do, like, any of the other washings. So, oh, what if we did sheer cloth on the face there? That could be fun. Here, let me turn on this fan real quick. Okay, I think we're good here for all over wash, I think. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take Auburn Shadow, which is a dark reddish brown like this. And I'm going to mix this directly with Noir Black. Okay, so I'm over here. It's kind of like a 1-to-4 ratio of the black to auburn. I'm gonna drop a little bit of this in there too, the thinner. There we are. A little bit of red. Okay. So, if this is still too rough, I'll drop it down. Let's see, we'll start right here. Nope, that's cool. And I will do the skin too. This will give us a good step in the right direction. I'm going to add a little bit of water across the top of any surface wherever the sort of highlight would be hitting. You can see I'm kind of pushing and pulling the wash around to get it to where I would like to sit, so that's pretty good. Pull a little bit more down. adding more water in. Hey, Pete. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better today. It's funny, the brown is like same as the cloak. So I'm not thinning, the bottom side here on the shield. I will add it right at the top here. More water, that is, like this. Just so I can get it to fall a little bit better. Then we never did the other side of the sword here, so I'll go ahead and do that. A little bit of water going at the top. Feathering down. Alright, so boom. We've done our all-over wash. Cool. So, we're going to let this dry before we do anything else. Or, we could just go in there all crazy, right? But I don't think the result would be what we would want, so. Okay, so I'm going to put this in front of this little fan here again. Yeah, this wash is interesting. It's kind of like Army Painter Strong Tone, if it was just a little bit more brown. Okay. Boom. There we go. Ready to rock and roll. Oop. That's so dumb. I just tried. Okay, hold on. Okay. Um. Stop emailing me. Man, some people are like starting to get really rude. Like some people are being really nasty to me about their orders and stuff. Like I'm about to just kick some of them off the Patreon, and you know, literally just forget they exist because I like, you know, of course I'm an idiot for thinking that people would you know, have some compassion here for my situation, but okay. Really frustrating though. People are just so self-absorbed that they can't just give me some space or time. All right, so let's go ahead and grab. I'm gonna grab Marigold Yellow, and we're gonna end up mixing this up. We'll start on the green. There we go. Whoops. Okay. So, I'm going to start layering up just with the regular green. Yeah, like, somebody emailed me after I refunded, like, unproduced 3D print orders, and they were like, here's my email crying about my canceled order. Like, that's literally what it said. Like, is that supposed to be funny? Or, like, I mean, how am I supposed to take that message, right? Like, I could care less about you being sad. Like, what are you talking about, dude? But yeah, once I got that email, I was like, yeah, I'm going to definitely kick you off Patreon at the end of the month, and you will not be able to rejoin, so have fun. Hope that email was worth it. I know for a fact they have tons of unpainted stuff because they never have posted a single painted anything from any of our stuff. So it's kind of like, all right, well. And that was the thing too, right? Like I told everybody that they will be able to put orders back in if they want once I, like, you know, reopen everything. And if it was something that you, like, really needed, you know, you can go to, like, a different printer off Etsy and get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stupid. So, yeah, there are definitely people that are getting kicked off Patreon. For sure. Because, yeah, I'm, like, zero tolerance. And that was the other thing, too. Like, somebody was like, oh, well, it's been very confusing. I didn't know what's going on. And it's like, literally, I have very clearly stated everything that's going on. There's easily 10 posts from me, 12 posts on Patreon, anytime something changes. So, like, I don't know how, unless you're just not paying attention. But then when you message me rudely, right, do you think I'm going to, like, be nice to you? Because that's not my fault. That's a you problem, not a me problem. And that's what's funny is, like, the more of these people I cancel, I send their stuff back because they're just being rude. Like, that hurts me. I don't have money to do that, you know? Like, I was looking at one guy's order last night, see if I could just cancel everything and forget about him. and it'd be like $150, and I can't afford that, so I just have to deal with the rudeness for now. But it is what it is, man. Oh, I didn't touch my camera. Oh, this one. Sorry. Every single time this happens, I'm always like, what am I supposed to hit? What button? Hold on. Why are we not coming back on? Okay. Okay, just what I need. What is happening? This is the first time this has happened. Yeah, okay. Cool beans. Oh, whoops. That's why I was doing that. I hit record. That's not what we want. Alright, well I will have to zoom in a little bit off and on. So obviously that wash is still wet there, but not a big deal. That's where that shadow is going to fall. Anyway, I kind of want the like contrast on this piece to be not necessarily jumpy, but we'll do like shorter sort of lengths of highlight. So it'll be colorful still, but or you know what I mean, like everything will still be relatively bright, but it's just going to be slightly shorter jumps than we're used to. That's supposed to be brown. That's okay. Alright, so now I'm going to start mixing in more of the Marigold Yellow. A little bit closer in. So we're going for a nice, really warm green. I didn't really want to take it up that close to the eyebrow there, but if I have to, I have to. Obviously, if you want, you can do different color on the trim and everything here on the different sort of patterns, but I'm just keeping it all the same. I'm never a fan of, like, you know, you'll see sort of people do like metals or sorry, metallics, right, on trim or things like that. And obviously, you know, there are metallic threads nowadays, but like I never really kind of bought into the idea of like, oh yeah, it's inlaid gold or this or that. Obviously, different colored material makes sense, but very gently going in underneath there, because that is all in shadow, so why would we be seeing much of it? Starting to go in here on top of the head. Okay. Guess I can switch over to my other headphones because these things died on me about 5 minutes ago. Alright, so let me wash this out. Things are clipped. There we go. Wait, what happened to... Okay. What's going on? Why did this stop? Has there been no music this whole time? What? Oh. My bad. Now it'll play all this. Wow, how funny. How funny. Okay. My bad. Okay, so now then, much more marigold. Actually, I'm also going to get some white. We don't have any white out here. Looks like it's leaning backwards. Ugh, okay. I'm gonna have to make sure that's not, like, falling. I don't think it is. Okay. I think it's the angle I'm sitting. Looks strange. Okay, so mixing in some white. More of the Marigold Yellow. There we go. A bit more of a neutral tone. Okay, so back up here. A little bit difficult just because this big old sword's in the way, but that's alright. Okay. Nice little bridged highlight there. And just going down the edge to make it pop a little bit more. Look at that. That looks nice. Gotta love a good green, you know? The Sculpt, of course, another Daybreak miniature bust. Shout out to my man Sven over there. Well, the highlight across the top was a little bit more, I guess it looks okay. That's fine. Do need to hit this edge a little bit more, though. Okay. Did need to do the edge like that, though. That was a mistake, but hey, we're just rocking and rolling. A little bit of a highlight there right above the ear. Okay. So this angle, I'm going for right on top of that little emblem. Okay. A little bit there into the fold. And then onto our small objects here. Making sure my brush is wet. Paint is thin. We're going for pencil mode here. Now again, right up on the other side of this, it should be brown because it's actually the trim of the cloak. See how it goes all the way across from the neck there? But we just kind of goof-a-renoed on it a little bit. Alright, so let me back out of this. Shake warning. So it looks like officially I will start streaming on Wednesdays for weird games. It looks like it will be at 2 p.m. CST. First stream being Wednesday the 1st. So next week, right? Or am I wrong? I think next week, right? Yeah. No idea what I'm working on. They're supposed to be sending stuff. Okay. All right. Well, it's funny too, right? Because it's like, damn, we're spending so much time on this green, but it's really the only color on this, right? Like, everything else is just brown. So it doesn't really, I mean, you know, who cares, right? The back is brown. Really, I mean, paying attention to the hair is kind of like the last thing that matters, so... Go in here. This section's a little bit tricky, right? Just because there is a shadow coming from that shoulder. But the light would kind of pick up right in between. Right about there, I suppose, yeah. I don't know, that whole area is pretty messy, but if we kind of back out... I mean, it's not the worst, right? But... Okay, going in here on the top of the head like we did previously. I'm not really trying to blend anything, right? I'm just kind of placing where the attention's going to go, and then we'll work our way in from the outside edges here in a second. Okay. What bust is this? Yeah. Definitely out of the loop. So this is from the Miniature Monday bundle. Alright, so I'm just slowly tapering it in from the outside edge. That looks pretty good though. You know, we're not going for a super smooth texture. We want it to look like cloth. I think we're doing all right. sure I can get it thin enough here. Okay. A little bit brighter. Pick up this edge here. Oops, sorry. Let me back it out. That way I'm in frame more. Okay, that's cool for now. For the hair, why don't we do nice like golden blonde hair or something like that. So I'm gonna take this spattered crimson color, Marigold Yellow, mix that together with some white. This is actually like a really deep rose color, but it will work well for us. I do want the zenithal a little bit. I'll go ahead and coat everything we got going on. Not as important to put this color here on the eyebrows, but just because they're so small, obviously we're going to keep going back over it. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. Kind of wish this little burr wasn't here right in the hair right there. Let me see if I can't cut that out. Where'd that knife go? Where did that loose hobby knife go? If I was a loose hobby knife. Where did I put that blade? Now I'm like slightly concerned. Oh, what? No, that's not it. Dude, really? I've been looking for this and it was stuck to the magnet in the front of my armrest. Speechless. That's fine. I bought a better tool anyway. That's what you remove the tiny screwed-in nozzle portion of your Iwata with. Wow, I can't believe that though. It was stuck to the magnet, man. All right, well I've no. Oh, it's right here. Boom. Of course. All right, let me see if I can't do some surgery on a grape real quick. Remember, always cut away from the hospital. I've been there enough recently. Oh, look, got it. It just came right out. Perfect. Okay. Boom. Alright, let me clean that up. Okay, cool. Look at that nice Arthur hair. Just going in there with that sort of darker tone. Okay. And then I'm just going to mix a nice sort of tan skin with some yellow. Okay, that looks awful. Let's try that again. There we go. That looked really bad. Okay. And we're going to play a little trick here because I do want sheer cloth. But we're not going to airbrush it or do any of the sort of big boy tricks. We're going to do the easier, you know, we're trying to paint this whole thing trick. So relatively concentrated coverage. Okay. Another cat hair. It always happens like that anytime I have all these fans on in here. It's just like, oh yeah, we just got stuff floating around, huh? Okay. Got our skin, sort of. Okay. Okay, I got, oh my gosh, okay. Headphone cable. Deciding it wants paint on it, that's cool. It was so funny when I was putting this together. I had all of the correct parts, right? Because this one's enlarged a little bit. Well, that statement isn't even true. This is so it's shrunken, right? Like all of the kit minis are shrunken, scaled down, right? And then this one's an enlarged version of the kit miniature, right? Because otherwise they're as big as the Paladin we've been working on Patreon. So they're pretty big. But I had all the parts, I thought, and I start putting it together, and I'm like, why is this hand so big compared to the other hand? And it's this one. And I was putting on the wrong shield. I was putting on like the 100% size shield on this 125. It was very confusing, but everything is correct the way it should be, I do believe. Alright, so I'm going to grab Rust Brown. Surprise, surprise. Make a wash out of that. I'm not worried about it on the cloth section at all. that's going to be a separate color. So the sheerness really is going to be what we already have there, and then we're going to build in the other color around it. I didn't really explain that while I was doing it, sorry. But that's the easiest way to do sheer anything. The more advanced way is to airbrush, glaze, all that good stuff. Look. Drop down, cut an Arthur hair. Okay. Oop. Okay, so the hair, what would work? Maybe some of that spattered crimson. I do want to wash it down a little bit. Actually, this is so similar to the... Is this even worth doing? Let me see. I guess it is, yeah. So I'm going to push this into kind of the shadowy areas. Now then, as I always do here, we are not worried about individual strands of hair, anything like that. I'm just paying attention to the volume. And through that, we will get our final result eventually. But, okay, so I got that applied on there. Let that dry, and then we'll be able to go in and do a little bit more work. So we were able to do that in an hour so far. It's pretty good. Okay. So, boom. Okay, so now the trick that we're going to do is we're going to take that same skin tone and use that to start doing our hair for now. Again, the angle is very difficult because of the sword. So I'm going for edges. You know, painting shiny blonde hair is very similar to doing non-metallic metal, funny enough. I want to do 2 reflections, just for fun. On that little, that little strand. Should I, hold on, we'll do it like this. There we go. Because the depth of field is going to keep changing if I have to rotate it, so that's not going to help anybody. Oh my god, the sword. The sword's literally where I need to go. Okay. What do I do? Alright, this is some problem solving. Not fun. That's my fault, though, for gluing the sword there. I mean, there's not really, like, a right or wrong place to put it, but... could have made it slightly easier on myself. Okay. Alright, so we got that nice little chunk of hair. All of these are very close together, so I'm just going to make sure my brush is happy. Sword is making it so fun. Super fun sword angles here. Okay. Ooh, another section. You know, what I'm appreciating about this sculpt, except for the sword placement by myself, is all of these little things that you would like to spend time on are small, right? Like, they're not, you know, there's not a ton of hair. There's like just enough hair you can invest some care into it and it looks pretty cool. Or, you know, like the armor, the cloth, like all of these different little sections are relatively smaller. They're not repeated all over the mini, which is pretty true for the other ones too, kind of. I mean, I would say the dwarf is similar, the smallest of all of the busts, and then the big chaos guy, not so much, but he does have a big flaming OSL sword, so that just means you know, we won't be spending a ton of time on anything else other than that, right? We'll be building the whole paint job around it. And then the orc is really cool, and we'll have fun doing orc skin. Probably a magenta undercoat, of course, for maximum orkiness. Yeah, it's you know, you don't have to feel like, oh god, I have so much more to do, right? Kind of like me getting burned out on the Paladin's silver non-metallic metal, but it looks good. Okay, so we have some nice spaghetti hair going on here. And in a completely confusing twist, we're going to use the same color we're using right now. We're going to do the skin. It's all going to be the same, so until the very end, of course, when we glaze the blonde hair blonde. But, alright, so I feel like that'd be pretty unsettling if, like, everyone's hair was like the same color as their skin. I mean, maybe not, right? But as to what we're used to, I suppose it would look pretty weird. Okay. Of course, in my instance, my skin is the color of my hair, right? Did I just say that I look weird in this scenario? Pretty sure I did. It's okay. It's okay, I'm not going to lose sleep about it. Alright, so I'm going to move this, like, away, and there we go. I was, like, having a dig for this paint. Between the eyes there. Obviously, we don't have a nose that we can do our little downside of the nose trick with. I mean, you kind of can, if you're brave. Just a little bit there. Now, that looks like she has the craziest, baggiest eyes of all time. Is that how it's sculpted, or is that just... Okay, so, yeah, it's not actually symmetrical. So let me... Very interesting how the two sides are so different now. Let me see how I can kind of, like... not have it look like that as much. Okay. Not a big fan of the ear, but it's only because of these kind of like paddle shape that's going on there. It's okay. You know, it's alright. It's just funny. It's a funny shape. I like funny shapes. I'm talking about the inner portion of the ear. I feel like maybe we would see... Gosh, what even is the term? Like the little cartilage ridges, I suppose? But for all you ear experts out there on the internet. Okay. Inner ear folds. Yeah, I don't know what the term is there. Oop. Painted the pinky silver. Oh no, who cares? Okay, so gonna throw some white in. This is going in on the hair for our sort of very bright color. It's just very fair skin tone here. Just highlighting those two bridge highlights. Same right here. And probably just right underneath. Kind of want all of that reflection to be in the same area. I mean, it's not a huge difference to what we had before because the paint is so thin. It's just dirty water, pretty much, but still counts. Here, we'll do right by the hood, and right underneath, kind of bridge it on this bottom side, just like that. There we go. Right at the end, these two little strands connect. Right here, right up underneath the hood. Okay. Eyebrows. I feel like this is wrong. There we go. Eyebrows, we're going to do right up there, right up here. Kind of taper across the curve and then hit the top and the corner. Alright, there's another hair floating around as we're painting the hair. We don't want to just like highlight, right, like the entire shape, because that just visually doesn't make sense. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and take that Marigold Yellow as a glaze. And we will see how terrible it all looks, right? Let's see. Cross your fingers, let's see. But I wanted platinum blonde. Boom. There you go. Instant color. Alright, so what do we got? So we still have detail on the face. I'm going to go ahead and do the eyes really quick. Give me 2 shakes. I have to do it off camera. Of course, because I don't want you to know my secrets. Tee-hee. Just kidding. I just gotta get close. Oh my god, the sword, I swear. Okay, there you go. So I went ahead and made them dark. Make my life a little bit easier. And go in with a very, 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 very pale off-white. I'll be doing the dot method on this one, so 2 dots on either side where that little pupil would be. Now the eyes aren't big enough, I'm not going to do any color or anything like that. We're just going to get it in there and say we're happy. Maybe not, actually. I'm not going to do the left and right. I'm just going to throw in the white. Leaving an edge of that dark tone. Okay. Boing, boing, boing. Now I'm going to go back with that same dark color and just fart a little bit. Put some pupils, make them crossed. Maybe something like that. Nope, not enough on the left one. I don't think that's right. Alright, hold on. Let's fix it. I always think it's easier to fix an eye than get it right the first time. Because obviously I don't get it right the first time. Well, I'm playing with fire right now. My tip of my brush is dry, so like there's no way I can get anything good. That's for sure. Okay. What have I done? Oh my god, you guys. I literally just made it so bad. Okay. But we are completely redoing the eyes because I totally boofed them. Okay, well, let me just battle with this. Why not? Okay, that's fine. There we go. that's gonna be good enough for me. All right, cool. So then now I want like military blue, some kind of bluish gray. Why don't we use twilight blue? Who cares? And then we're gonna do like the sheer cloth across the face. So like I said, we're gonna be glazing it away from the like skin tone that's gonna be kind of peeking through underneath. So I just have it down here. Oh, sibling, I did get your message yesterday. I know I didn't reply. I'm not, so I didn't, there was no issue. I did get your message, right? Like, I didn't think you were necessarily, like, referring to me. Even though I have started getting, sort of rude emails from people about the shipping, so. I was saying earlier when I started the stream that some people are getting kicked off Patreon this month, so. Or this next month. They're just going to get kicked off and banned because of their rudeness. Oh god, I was literally getting that all over the hair. Let's forget that. There we go. So again, I'm pushing it away from the nose. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with, I guess, a gray. What's funny is this gray is actually mixing with the greens. This is kind of a odd color. Yeah, so this is supposed to be like a sheer cloth. Which I don't think I've done sheer cloth since I did that Sleeping Beauty miniature that the guy complained about, the client. That was actually a commission, and it was like award-winning work, and then he didn't like it. Because people suck, man. But, we're all aware. He also didn't complain. There were 0 complaints, and then, like, over a year later, he posted about it when I started the show with Reaper. Like, it was just so dumb. Guy obviously has problems. Guys got problems. Alright, so I like that. Obviously, we need to work on, I can't see what time it is. We need to work on the metals. Okay, 5:30, that's cool. We're doing good. Doing okay. I'm not super happy about the skin, but whatever. Let's do some of our leather work here. Highlighting up our straps and everything. Very simple work on all this stuff. I'm not wanting to spend a whole lot of time on the leather. Okay, backing that out. Cool. Why don't we just, like, reward ourselves here and paint the plinth black? I feel like that will kind of change the mood. Whoop. Okay. It's like painting the base of the rim of a base, except it's the whole plintharino. Okay. I've seen some people that work on Sven stuff, and they'll do like they'll like paint that gold, or they'll do like non-metallic metalwork across the edge, and that's cool. I like that. I like that idea. I think that's a lot of good work. Man, I really do like this though. I think we've done okay work here today. I kind of want to tint that blue, so I'm going to take clear phthalo blue here. Clear phthalo blue. Technically, it's PHTH, baby. All right. Very, very thin. Very thin tint. I'll see myself out. Sorry for the wibbling wobbling camera. I'm not sorry, but you get it. Look at that. Look at that little fart of color right there. Oh, that looks so good. I love it. Wow. Wow. Okay. Man. There it is. That's what we were missing. Little bit of color, right? Boy. Okay, so that means I need to do a little bit of this right here. Barely any. Right underneath the nose, so you know something's poking through. Little boop. God, the eyes are so bad. Just don't look at the eyes. and everything will be okay. There it is. All right. New palette. Okay, so let's get this copper. Everybody drop sad faces in the chat for Peter because he has so much work to do on his business. He's losing his painting time. Sad reacts only. We're losing a paint opportunity. Obviously for the better for him, though. I mean, you know, it's he and his wife's business. So many renovations. Yeah, they're installing an automatic waxing machine, and what it does is it takes a weed whacker. Well, I won't give away the surprise, but let's just say he bought it at Lowe's, okay? It saves so much time. Well, I mean, if that's the kind of clients you're rocking with. The, what do they call him? Esthetician. The esthetician comes in the room, looks at the situation. She goes, hold on, I'll be right back. She comes in. She's like wearing a sun hat. Got a weed eater. Alright, so now I'm going to grab that lighter gold. I really like it. It's this brass color. Yoink. Now I didn't touch this little emblem at all just because I knew this color would cover up a lot of our work if we were going to do that anyway, so who cares? But look at that. Now we're going to have this super shiny, bright reflection. Boom. Everywhere you put it looks so good. Man, I'm hungry. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. We have this like Aldi has these packaged pasta dishes. They're like frozen skillet meals that are pretty good. And so this one's garlic. It's like garlic chicken and veggies. But I'm gonna, while it's like finished, sort of doing its thing in the skillet, I'm going to then throw Alfredo on top. And it should be hopefully good. Unless Sydney started something, but she literally was asleep. She was taking a nap when I was getting started, so. She's been doing a lot of work for all the... She ended up getting hired by another design firm for remote work, and it's just been, like, non-stop. Which is obviously good for us, but... But honestly, with the way, you know, the way things are around here in Oklahoma right now, she, is totally fine with working at home, so the school that my niece goes to, and she's not vaccinated, after the first week of school, 200 students and staff quarantined from exposure. And the law that the school board put into place, or whatever, was that you had only the first week of school to decide if you wanted your kid to do virtual learning. And so literally the deadline was the cutoff date was the day they announced they quarantined like 200 kids and they weren't allowed to come to school. So I have a feeling things are going to be really cool around here in rapid time. And then on the news, there was another place. It was like a bounce house gym thing for kids. And they had like 500 kids for birthdays over the last weekend. And all of them are exposed. And so now all these schools in Moore, which is just south of Oklahoma City, like are all shutting down entire grades because like a couple kids went to birthday parties. It's just like, dude, how did you not see this happening? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is like basic stuff. And, all this does is reinforce the absolute truth that administrators and like school board people and all of that forever have always been out of touch with actual teachers. Usually, they don't actually have teaching experience. And what they'll do is they'll get like a master's degree in education or like early education, whatever, or public administration, right? They aren't teachers to begin with. And then they go and they work for the school board and, or, whatever, like the school board building, offices, all that. And these are the people that make the decisions. Teachers could have told you this was going to happen, but nobody listens to them. They hate teachers, so. And like my friend that's been a teacher for 9 years, he was wearing a mask in his class, which is, totally smart, but he was wearing a mask and he had a parent complain to the principal and say that wearing a mask sends the wrong message to the students and that the parent would like him to no longer wear a mask. And what did my friend do? He quit right on the spot. Quit right then and there. Said, I am done. So now he is figuring out what to do, but can you imagine that? Just like, can you stop wearing a mask? You're sending the wrong message. Like, no, dude. Absolutely not. I'm actually going to quit. Thanks. Alright, so now we just have the yeah, well, and the thing is too, right, he quit so he can't get unemployment, but I think he's okay. Like, he does a lot of stuff on the side, so he will be fine. Because he's also smart enough, like, I know the guy, right, and he's smart enough to not just throw himself into turmoil, so. Yeah, my brief stint at teaching, that was the one thing that was true, was that like the administrators, principal, vice principal, all those people didn't have teaching experience, and like all their decision making was so stupid, and like all the teachers just hated them. Like, that's just what's so funny about it, is they just can't stand them, and they're like, yes, because you don't know what we're doing every day, and you're the one that's making decisions. But that's how that goes. So I'm just dry brushing, essentially, the blade. He might be, but what happened, Big Apple, is Oklahoma lost in the state Supreme Court for cutting off the federal unemployment aid, right? Because Oklahoma's like no safety net state. You should just pray about it. And so they cut off unemployment. And the state Supreme Court said, no, you can't do that. These are federal funds. You have to keep using them, right, until the federal money disappears. Well, that's all well and good, except the governor told the OESC, who is the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission, the guys that, when I applied for PUA help, it took them 5 months before I got a single payment, right, after I was approved. But the governor went and told them to delete all of any records, accounts, anything. Delete them. So that way there was zero chance that anyone could continue to claim beyond that point. And so the OASC put out a statement begging the Oklahoma State Supreme Court to please reverse this decision because it's going to take months for everyone to then now go and reapply and for them to reinitiate payments. So yeah. It's really good. Good. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. It's good. It's really good. Just delete them. You know, it's all good. It's going to take months. But, you know what? We're doing the best we can. I feel like that's, obviously they're not doing the best they can. Like, they're trash. All those people are trash. But, you know, we collectively, like, we're just trying to do our best and survive another day. So, oh, look at that. We got extra paint right there. That's cool. But I think we're just going to call it at that today. I'm happy with the paint job. I think it looks pretty cool. Thanks for hanging out. Remember, tomorrow we're going to be doing another one. And, look, I'm doing, like, real crappy highlights. Remember those memes I did when I said I was going to give you guys memes? If you didn't click on the comment section, in the comments I posted, like, 20 more. But one of them was, like, do I paint the back of the miniature or do I leave? And end the stream. That was, like, one of them. Because it's extremely true. But that's where we're at. Or do I paint the base on camera, or do I end the stream? That was another one. Alright, so, boom, there you go. 2 hours of goodness. We even did a little sheer face mask cloth there. Look at that. Very nice. I always enjoy doing anything that we can glaze at the end that changes, so doing the blonde hair was a lot of fun. But yeah, so I forget which one's tomorrow. It's either the orc or the dwarf. I forget which, but either way, same time, same face, all that good jazz. So thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you. Have an awesome rest of your evening. I'm going to go get some food in my belly, and I will see you then. Adios. Sayonara. Goodbye.